It's Car Con Carne. Let's eat in the car. It's Car Con Carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
And this right here is Car Con Carne. I'm James Van Alstyne. Car Con Carne is a Q101 podcast, and Car Con Carne is presented by Easy Automation, easy-automation.net. Transform your living space. Transform your business operation with cutting-edge home automation. Experience seamless control over audio, video, lighting, security, climate, everything. Get a quote. It's hassle-free. It's easy. It's free. Go to easy-automation.net or give my guy Dan a call. Dan can be reached directly at 630-730-3728. Car Con Carne, also sponsored by a book called 90 Days in the 90s, written by Andy Fry. It's a rock and roll time travel story, specifically a time travel adventure to the 90s in Chicago. Relive all the wonderful pop culture moments, the music of the Chicago music scene in the 90s, as seen through the eyes of Darby, who owns a record store in the book, in 90 Days in the 90s. She goes back in time to Chicago in the 90s via Chicago's Gray Line. The big question is, does she decide to stay in the 90s in Chicago? Got to be honest, I might take that choice if given the opportunity. Go to 90daysinthe90s.com or pick up the book on Amazon or wherever you buy books. Finally, Thursday, May 15th, join me. I'll be recording Car Con Carne live on stage at the brand new location of Legit Dogs and Ice in South Elgin, 322 Randall Road. We'll have live music from Karen Shook and Derision Cult, comedy from Chris Bongat, and craft brewer Carson Souza from Obscurity Brewing, all on stage recording. You can be part of it. Legit Dogs and Ice, starting at 8:30 on Thursday the 15th. So as I'm recording this, it is April 12th. It is Record Store Day. It's a nerd holiday that separates most of us from our money and resembles, I think it's fair to say, a 4-alarm fire for independent retailers. For this year's event, I've returned to Siren Records in McHenry, 3902 Main, and I'm right here in the eye of the storm minutes before the store opens. Bill Linquist, owner of Siren Records McHenry, is back. You're opening in minutes. I can't believe you even have the time to do this, but thank you for talking on the high holy day for record store owners.
You are welcome.
Let's get right to the big question. From the perspective of a small business owner, a record store owner, is Record Store Day worth all the time, effort, sweat equity, money that goes into it? It seems like a huge undertaking twice a year.
I would definitely say that this is our biggest revenue day of the year.
So that's an easy yes.
So it's a simple yes. It's worth the investment.
So let's talk about how much work goes into it. I mean, I'm assuming you closed yesterday.
So we did 7 days of closure. The problem with our store is that we take repairs in and stuff, so there's a lot of things that have to get shifted and moved around. Our intake is pretty big with the amount of product that comes in the door, people trading in, selling, doing things. So you got to shuffle all that around and find homes for it twice a year.
Oh, right. Yeah. I mean, I'm looking around. I'm looking at all these Record Store Day releases. You've had to readjust everything you have here.
Even that side room is no longer gated off.
And so how do you manage customers through this? Do you let like 2 or 3 in at a time?
So we do normally 10 at a time, let them kind of cycle their way through, throw out another 10, let them cycle their way through. Eventually you're going to have the balance where you're going to have a line coming in the door and a line going to the register. So once you start with that balance, people are checking out and getting out of here. You can tell the people that are in line to do something right away that want to go hit up another store in case they can't find it or somebody's already grabbed it, because they're in and out super quick.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask, when I showed up here at 5:45 in the morning, which is a character-building time of day to be awake on a Saturday, but, I mean, there were people camped out. It's 30, 35 degrees outside in McHenry on the day we're recording this. Do people really need to wait outside all night long?
So there is one person out there. They got here at midnight.
Oh, my God.
They're here for the Wicked soundtrack. We only got one of them.
Oh, okay.
And you kind of start watching what this is. So even though that there's people that provide a service, let me be your concierge, let me go shopping for you, and they put crap up on eBay, and they make this big spew. I'll be first in line. Let me get this for you. That Wicked soundtrack last night, the latest one I saw sold was $479 for a $54 record.
How are people able to sell that? Doesn't that violate Record Store Day code?
Well, because it's other people that are assuming, or they know somebody.
Oh my God!
They're basically selling concert tickets with a guarantee that they can get them.
And are these flippers the bane of your existence for Record Store Day?
It's frustrating because you want everybody that waited in line to get something.
Yes.
Nothing pisses you off more than seeing a photo that came out of your shop, because some of these albums are serial numbered, and I wrote down the serial numbers. And we kind of see, I'll check for local to see who's closest to me on eBay and go, oh, that was the fifth person in line. I got to video them. When I see them in line next year, I get to tell them, no.
That's amazing. I'm not imagining this. Are you open even earlier for this Record Store Day than usual?
Yes. So
7 o'clock in the morning.
7 in the morning to go as opposed to 8 o'clock in the morning. Some of that goes with 8 o'clock on the East Coast, which puts us 7 o'clock here, 5 o'clock over in California, midnight this morning in Australia.
Oh, my God.
I mean, it was kind of crazy.
So, thinking about Black Friday last year, 2024, I thought, and maybe this is just my own preferences, I thought the lineup, the releases were fairly soft, fairly weak. It seems like this time around, for April 2025, seems like this is a pretty spectacular list of stuff.
It's a pretty strong list this year. Yeah. There are going to be times where things are not made in time, so they'll get pushed to the Black Friday. So that's where you see some overlapping, like going, oh, I thought that came out in April, but it wasn't available in April because it wasn't done yet. So
is that a case of just not enough presses to keep up with?
I do believe. I mean, you know, I always think of it as in cycles. So if you're a band and you're looking to get vinyl press and you're going to a big plant, you're going to get cut off because you have all these artists and they're making, 100,000 plus albums, and then it shuts off. Then it's Record Store Day production. Then it picks up with the other people. Then it's Record Store Day production.
Right. Thinking about flippers and what we were just talking about, the appeal of your local record store, the appeal of Siren Records in McHenry, 3902 Main, is the sense of community a record store can foster and engender. Do you have a lot of loyal customers who come in all the time?
Yes. There's a handful of gentlemen out there that have been here within the first 10 people in line for the last 13 years.
So they've got the camping out down to a science. They know exactly what to wear, to stay warm.
Yep. They got heaters out there. They got all sorts. Yeah, there's a guy out there with a turbo heater, and
that's brilliant.
It's.
I mean, if you're going to do it smart.
It's flattering to see all those people outside that want to come and patronize you, and we thank every single person out there. Because without them, this gamble would never pay off.
And it is kind of a gamble, right? Because I'm looking at dozens and dozens of titles on the shelves here. I mean, you're kind of rolling the dice saying, okay, I'm going to...
We did $29,000 is what we ordered. So we ordered a car's worth.
Oh, my God.
And now we have to sell a car's worth today.
And I do see, I don't, not necessarily at Siren Records, but I do see at record stores all around, after Record Store Day, there are those Record Store Day bins of the stuff that just doesn't move.
Yes.
And you see them at record stores for 25 to 75% off.
Right. Well, and some titles can get that. Other times, you got to listen to things, and you might not think it's in your wheelhouse, but take the time. I've always been kind of almost anti-downloading and listening to something to try it out, but when it comes into some of the obscure titles or things that you're not familiar with, it does make sense when you're buying a $30, $40 album just to pick something up, listen to it, and give it more than one listen. There's several titles in here that I've listened multiple times to realize, ooh, and I find myself going back to certain ones.
Since we're recording this isn't, obviously, we're a podcast, this isn't live. What do you think, Wicked soundtrack aside, what do you think will be the first to go?
I'm going to say the Talking Heads Live, then the Oasis box set.
Oh, the Oasis one for sure. Time flies.
That Kelsa up there. We got a lot of calls for her. All the Taylor, the Charlie XCX. You got to kind of get.
So you're able to move the pop stuff here.
Quite a bit. I think there's more demand, and that's what's drawing more people to the record stores. Are these pop female artists.
Yeah.
And, as much as everybody makes fun of Taylor Swift, she does bring revenue in the door. People do camp out for her.
Yeah. Listen, Taylor Swift's not my thing. I appreciate the fact that because of Taylor Swift, my daughter buys records.
Yeah.
And went to see Taylor Swift. Like, she went to see Taylor Swift live and now is into the idea of going to see live music. I appreciate the influence she has in all the right ways.
Yeah. So that's the positive part of it. So you have to get past the make fun of.
Yeah. It's not
and
my
realize
thing.
that it's art. She's successful.
Yeah.
And she helps draw people in the door. Now it's our job to turn those people into something, not turn them into something else, but let them experience something else.
Right, to curate. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you like this? You may want to give, and you've always done that when I walked in here. Oh, have you heard this yet? No, you should listen to this. Try this record, and stuff I've never seen before in my life. All right, so we're minutes away from you opening, so we're going to wrap up. When do you start planning ahead for Black Friday? When is that? Do you have a chance to catch your breath in between record store days?
So the Black Friday list will come out in October or late September.
So you've got the summer to catch your breath and
Yeah.
just have a normal, operate a store like normal?
From now until probably June 1st. As soon as June 1st hits, this place becomes a ghost town.
Really?
Yes. Because there's concerts, everybody's doing things, vacations, graduations. There's a lot of money being spent in other areas.
That makes sense. And it's probably a consistent pattern.
Yes. So when you find it, you got to go, I'm ordering all this product. I'm not going to make a ton of money, but you hope to make $8,000 off of $29,000. That $8,000, if you really think about it, with our rent and things, that will carry us probably July, August. Then you sweat a little in September. And you hope to have something else come through the door. I did actually like it during COVID where it came in waves. Every month there was 100 titles.
Yeah.
And it made it easier on people's wallet. It made it easier on us, but they just don't do that.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, just looking at these titles, I could very easily make a case for spending $1,000 today.
Mm-hmm. Please.
I won't because I'll get murdered when I get home. But I'll walk out of here with a couple things for sure. Bill, thank you as always for jumping on. Looking forward to doing more of these with you.
Oh, this is fun, and I always enjoy seeing you.